After tomorrow, you're not part of this family anymore. Jessica whispered to me the night before my son. I had raised him alone for 27 years, sacrificing everything, my career, my comfort, my sleep, my money, so he would grow up safe, loved, and strong. And this wedding was supposed to be my whisper. She told me I was disposable. I had spent weeks preparing a scrapbook full of Daniel's life, first steps, scraped knees, school awards, high school graduation, law school acceptance, every memory, every sacrifice, every tear. I wanted Jessica to see the love behind the man she was marrying, but when I handed it to her, she didn't even look at it. She stepped closer and whispered coldly, "You've done your job. Tomorrow, he's mine. Your extra baggage. Don't embarrass yourself by clinging on." And those words froze my body, because everything I had built for my son was reduced to nothing that night. I sat alone shaking, and I whispered, "If I'm not part of this family tomorrow, I won't be there at all." The next morning, I woke before sunrise, my hands trembling as I brewed coffee and laid out the pail. Blue dress Daniel once told me looked beautiful on me. My phone kept ringing, messages from relatives, from friends, from Daniel himself. "Mom, where are you? Everyone is asking for you." But I turned the phone face down for the first time in my life. Chose myself. Meanwhile, at the church, Daniel waited nervously, unaware that his wedding day was about to collapse half an hour before the ceremony. His best friend burst into the room, pale, shaking, holding his phone. He showed Daniel photos of Jessica, because the woman he was about to marry had been cheating on him. But Jessica's family had pushed this marriage for money, the prenuptial agreement. She insisted on drafting contained clauses that would transfer 75% of Daniel's income into accounts controlled by. Within 5 years, the marriage was not built on love. It was built on financial survival for their bankrupt family. Daniel the situation by shouting, "Your mother poisoned you," against me. But Daniel shouted back, "No, you tried to erase my mother from my life. You told her she wasn't part of my family, and you lied to me about everything." By 11:15, the church was filled with whispers. Guests were shocked. Phones were recording, and Daniel walked down the aisle alone and announced, "There will be no wedding today. Jessica betrayed my trust," and the ceremony was canceled. Jessica and her parents immediately shifted the blame onto me, calling me jealous, bitter, controlling, and claiming I ruined the wedding on purpose. They launched a social media attack, posting pictures of Jessica crying in her wedding dress, accusing me of destroying their daughter's happiness. But the truth was stronger than their lies, because evidence existed: photos, financial records, bankruptcy documents, and their predatory prenup were exposed. And came legal threats. They sent me a letter accusing me of defamation and interference with contractual relations. But my friend Linda, who worked at a law office, explained that it was intimidation, because their family was financially ruined and the marriage was their last attempt to secure Daniel's future income. Instead of backing down, I decided to fight back with facts. We gathered emails, bank statements, the prenup agreement, and proof of the affair, and we handed everything to a journalist who specialized in exposing financial scams. Within days, an article went public revealing media opinion flipped. People saw the documents and realized I had not interfered, I had protected. Was heartbroken, but stronger. One evening, we sat together on the porch drinking tea, and he looked at me with red eyes and said, "Mom, I should have listened to you." I answered, "Always the wedding that was supposed to unite two families instead exposed betrayal, corruption, and greed." But it also proved that a mother's love built on sacrifice cannot be erased by manipulation or lies, and no matter what anyone says, truth will always rise.